South Hockey Network live on YouTube, live from Northwest Arena in Jamestown, New York, just about an hour south of Buffalo. It is time for the 2025 Governor's Cup semifinal between the Norwich Free Academy Cadets and the Bethel Park Blackhawks. Dylan Ward here on the call. Happy to have you with us. We'll be joined by Tournament Director Jeff Morrow in just a couple moments. As a matter of fact, he's making his way to the broadcast booth right now. Gerard Boris, our video producer, cameraman, scoreboard operator, he does it all here on the South Hockey Network as we get set for a couple of teams who have had solid performances so far in this tournament, but only one of these teams will move on to the championship match later on this afternoon. Bethel Park, five-time state champions of Pennsylvania, and Norwich Free from Connecticut have not won a state championship. But this is the Governor's Cup, and anything goes here. 30 seconds left in the warm-up period, then we'll be ready to get started. Over on the other rink, the other semifinal will be contested between, here, Jeff, you gotta make sure the microphone is on your left ear. I got this for you. There you go. Jeff, welcome into the broadcasting booth. Tournament director himself, Jeff Morrow, here doing color with me for this one. And Jeff, boy, did we have some late drama last night. The Bethel Park Blackhawks squeaked in with a 2-1 record. They lost their last game 1-0, and they moved on based on the points per period tiebreaker and a great goals allowed of just 3 in their 3 games. Yeah, and interestingly enough, it was 10 points to 9 to 9 to 9 to 7.5. Glenbrook South had 9 points, as did University School, and I'm trying to remember the other one. I think it was, Glenbrook South University School. Yeah, you're right, one more. I'm trying to remember as well. We have too much data overload, Dylan, this one. Well, all of that is behind us. We are in the semifinals. No more tiebreakers, just win the game. It's as simple as that. 15 minutes on the clock. And Jeff, this should be a great matchup. Both of these teams very skilled. Norwich Free earned the #1 seed with a 3-0 record. A goal differential for them of +11 through their 3 games, Jeff. They outscored their opponents 17-6 across their 3 games. Bit of a lower scoring tournament on the Bethel Park side of things. They outscored their opponents just 8-3 throughout their 3 games. Well, Bethel's had a long tradition of defense. They've been to this semifinal game several times, made it into the finals one time against Holy Ghost and was defeated. And on the other rink, Culver is the only one that has ever been to the finals here a few times, and they won in 2012. So history will be made one way or another today, Dylan. Yeah, Glenbrook South, the defending champion, is out, so we will not have a repeat champion here in 2025. We're just about ready to get started. 15 minutes on the clock for all 3 periods. Bethel Park Blackhawks wearing the black jerseys, Norwich Free Academy in the white and red. We're underway here from beautiful Northwest Savings Bank Arena in Jamestown, New York. Semifinal hockey. We'll see which of these teams will move on to the championship at 1 p.m. Eastern later today. That game will also be right here on the South Hockey Network. Winner of this will face off against the winner of Culver and South Kent. South Kent, that's right. They were Coach Rob from South Kent was explaining where they were from in Connecticut, and it was Greek to me where they were from, but small town in Connecticut. We could have an all-Connecticut final, yes, perhaps. Big hit into the near side corner as Bethel Park will bring this back out the other way. A pass from Urza Kozak goes to the far side, and Lucas Bombik takes a shot. That one's blocked. Now out to the neutral zone, picked up by Norwich. Here comes Will Harayan. Harayan puts on the brakes, centered it to the slot, looking to kick that one to his stick blade. And now eventually finding it and firing a shot, Connor Dempsey. It goes up and out of play, but we get a whistle just before that, it seems. 14:01 to go here in the first.
Bethel does a neat thing, and it goes back to the coaching days of Jim McVeigh. They like to crowd the middle of the ice. They don't like to give up quality scoring opportunities. We'll watch if Norwich can penetrate that today.
Bethel Park wins the faceoff in the neutral zone after the offside. Kirstein goes across. Carnahan dumps it in. All the way down, regained by Norwich, but a penalty called by the referee in the neutral zone, elbowing the call. And Jeff, only a minute and 11 seconds into this game, we've got a penalty on the board. It's going to go against Norwich as Hayden Greener goes to the box.
Kirstein's a magical name in the Bethel Park program. His grandfather is here today, and Denny Kirstein played on the 2000, 2001, and 2002 Pennsylvania State Champions.
Jeff Morrow with all of the historical details. Jeff, you've been running this tournament for a long time. As a matter of fact, this is the 20th annual Governor's Cup. So if you have any questions, please let us know in the chat, and Jeff will be happy to answer them for you. All right, power play for the Bethel Park Blackhawks, but shorthanded. Here's a quick chance. They try and stuff it home, but it wouldn't work out. Now back up high left point. Here's one fired. Tipped just wide of the net. And which team is on the power play here, Jeff? Eventually Bethel Park will bring it out. Power play of 2 for 7 in their first 3 games. A penalty kill, though, for Norwich of a perfect 10 for 10, as this one's cleared down the other way. Starting goaltenders, by the way, for the Bethel Park Blackhawks, Kevin Tiemann, the senior netminder, will get the nod from head coach Michael Schull. On the other side of things, it's Malcolm Traore.
One of the other assistant coaches for Bethel Park is Alex Bloom, who played on the 2012 Penguin Cup team. Fine goaltender, and almost led the Blackhawks to their 6th state title.
Eric Huzza into the zone, goes across ice, off the board, picked up by Tyler Miller. Now to the left point. This one fired by Kozak, but that missed the net. Punch back up high to the right point. Here's a slap shot, didn't get a lot on it. Now right wing circle sent right to the slot, and it's in the skates of Lucas Krisen, and it goes down behind the goal line and cleared by Norwich.
Real defensive game so far. Both teams manning the middle of the ice very well.
Neither team with a shot on goal yet. With 3 minutes in now, Bethel Park with 8 seconds left on their power play. This shot sails wide. Rebound comes back up high, and Norwich will head out of the zone as the penalty expires, so they have killed off the first power play for Bethel Park. They're 0 for 1, and the penalty kill for Norwich now 1 for 1. Still scoreless quite early on here.
You'll see a staple of the Bethel Park program. They like to block shots, and they blocked several of them already in this game.
We've got a chat. Tiana Michelle, she was in the chat yesterday. Let's go Norwich. Number 72 is my host student, Benedict Tanko. Well, Tanko scored yesterday. He has 3 goals so far at this tournament, the senior forward. Good to hear from you, Tiana. If you want to get your chat up on the screen, we'll read it out loud. Let us know your thoughts on the game, questions about the tournament. Tournament director Jeff Morrow here to my left doing color. My name's Dylan Ward. Alongside Gerard Boris, happy to have you up early with us here on this Sunday morning. The Cadets back in their own zone. Benecourt missed a man in the neutral zone, and it's sent all the way back down for Bethel in their own zone. Owen Reether hitting to the boards as they battle for the puck. Finally, it pops free. Kennedy to clear the zone. Now he'll get another chance. And Lachlan Kennedy will knock it into the zone just after passing center ice. Taken back by Norwich in their own zone. This stretch pass finds a man, and he's got a breakaway. Goes to the forehand and scores! A great passing play, and the Norwich Free Academy Cadets strike first here in the semifinals. It's 1-0.
Yeah, open space, and found back the goaltender into the net and fouled right to the stick side, and it's 1-0 Norwich.
Leo Escuerdo Carrasco, number 69 out there, gets his first point of the Governor's Cup, and what an opportune time for that to come, Jeff. Great pass as well to set up the breakaway, and the number 1 seed has a 1-0 lead.
The third team with a 2-1 record and 9 points was Seneca Valley, the defending Pennsylvania state champion.
That is the first goal Bethel Park has allowed in this tournament in the first period. Jeff, they led 1-0 after 1 in one of their games, but in their other 2 games, the first period was 0-0. As for Norwich, they outscored their opponents 4-3 in the preliminaries in terms of first period play.
Yeah, that's an important goal, and mainly for the psyche of Bethel Park. They don't want to go down 2 here because they'll have an uphill climb. Norwich plays very well in the defensive end.
Norwich ready for a defensive zone faceoff as Matthias Huhl gets kicked out of the dot. So instead it'll be taken by Dempsey. It's won by Bethel Park. Here's a shot that gets blocked by Dempsey and sent out to the neutral zone. Huhl over the line just onside. Takes a shot. Nice stick block there by Killian Jones to send it above the net. Now the Hawks rush the other way. 2-on-1 down the left wing side. It's Bombic. Tried to center that one. Tyler Miller crashing the net, but no luck there. Look out.
Referee.
The official. Yep. A broken stick on the ice too. Now right in front, doorstep. He couldn't put it to his forehand, but he does get it out to the slot, and they score again. It's Matthias Huhl with his 4th goal of the tournament. And just over 5 minutes in, Norwich Free Academy dominating, up 2-0.
Pretty passing play, backdoor, and that second hold of the puck, they held on like forever, and he slid it over, and no mistake made by Norwich as they bury it. Second goal here. Gonna have a timeout here, I think.
Well, Connor Dempsey to be a disaster as he couldn't get that one to his forehand, but ends up picking up the assist. And the goaltender out of his position there, Kevin Tiemann, and you're right on the money, Jeff.
Tiemann had no chance. I mean, Norwich set up that play nicely. They triangulated down low and had the guy on the back door. Tiemann was more interested in the puck participant who held the puck, and then slid it over to the back door. Norwich had a wide open net.
Now, Jeff, it's an unusual thing in hockey to see a timeout called this early. Of course, in this sport, you only get 1 per game, so you have to use it wisely. What do you think the Bethel Park bench is talking about right now?
Just maybe settle down. Let's get back into our game. We got to play to our identity. We need to block shots. We need to play good positional hockey, and we need to get opportunities against Norwich. They got to get the puck down low and work for their chances, and that's what Mike Shaw is talking about.
Another chat has rolled in. Let's go Norwich from Cassie Joe from a Norwich girls hockey team, Mom. Good to hear from you, Cassie. Please continue to use our live chat. If you enjoy this production and you like what we're doing, please subscribe and like this broadcast video. It is free to do so, and it really means a lot to us.
I've had an opportunity to watch Bethel play a few times this season. They added a coach to the staff named Jason Bauer. Jason was a fine player for Bethel Park and a good offensive player, and he's instituted some neat stuff, and we'll see if that comes to fruition today.
There's a shot on goal by the Hawks. That's stopped by Traore. Now below the goal line. Back up by Tyler Miller to the far side. Now left circle, fired just high of the net. No shot on goal there. This comes to the near side half board, dumped all the way down on the backhand, and it will be an icing, stopping the clock with 9:04 here in the first period. The Blackhawks have an offensive zone draw.
And that shift, you saw the Bethel Park identity. Let's get the puck down low. Let's cycle a little bit. They may want to start using the points a little more to spread Norwich out so you can get more open chances.
Right circle face-off, offensive zone for the Blackhawks. As this one's pinned up into the boards, kicked back to the stick by Crisant. Now try to send that one back up to the point like you said, Jeff, but it is intercepted, and here comes Champagny. Tied with Jacob DeCarufel is Zach Leffen-Champagny for the most points so far on the Norwich Free Academy Cadets at this tournament with 7 each.
That's fantastic over 3 games. Bethel Park applied some good pressure on the forecheck there. They're trying to get the puck down low and get possession. But Norwich has a good breakout.
Champagny over the line. By the way, 5 of those 7 points were goals. He had a hat trick as well earlier, I believe against North Allegheny. Here's an interception. That looked close to offside, not called. Here's a quick shot. What a save made there by Traore, and he hangs on.
Traore came out and challenged the shooter. He had his feet out of the paint and his glove up. That's playing big in goal. Nice save on that one.
We'll take a look at it again here on your Baker goalie cams behind the net. We'll also look at the close-up cam here. The 2-on-1 quickly gets across to his left side and makes the stop.
Yeah, Bethel Park's going to be aggressive here. And Norwich has to be careful not to take a retaliation penalty with the play in the front of the net. Bethel's working hard to get chances. They're trying to get back in this game. Norwich doesn't want to give them a power play.
2-0 the score here in favor of the Cadets. The goal scored by Leo Escuardo Carrasco alongside Matthias Huel. First one on a breakaway, second one, great pass right in front.
Next goal's a big one.
Yep. Oh yeah, no kidding. The difference between 3-0 and 2-1 is monumental, especially if that next goal comes here in this first period. Here's a shot attempt, but getting knocked off the puck. Nice hit there as Sam Monpetit is sent down to the ice. This one's fired back the other way, straight on net, no icing, and holding on to that one is Traore.
Well, that's some good physical play by Bethel Park. They didn't commit any penalties, but they, used the body there, and they're going to have to use more of it. And this is a very, very physically strong Norwich team.
Probably the biggest team in this Governor's Cup, at least from the teams I was broadcasting yesterday, Jeff.
Physically strong.
We don't have heights and weights on our roster sheet, but be curious to know some of these guys' numbers. Now St. John Stainbrook. To the near side, Miller. Knocked into the zone by Velisaris. Now a man hit off the puck. Bethel Park desperately looking for something. They're going to go to the power play here as a man's taken down behind the net. Delayed call. And finally, Norwich gets possession and the whistle sounds.
Just aggressive, hard work by Bethel Park there. And Norwich committed a penalty because Bethel Park was working hard. They were controlling the play down low. Good work by the Blackhawks. And that's probably what Mike Shaw was talking about. Let's get back to our identity. Let's show them a little Bethel Park hockey. And let's see if they can capitalize on the power play here.
So Matthias Huel getting his name all over the scorecard this morning. Has a goal, now gets the penalty. Bethel Park Blackhawks on the power play for the second time. Here's a shot from up high, that one wide of the net. Although last time out, Norwich had a couple good looks shorthanded. This one sent to the slot, and it does just come outside the zone. And the Blackhawks will have to regroup. Eric Huzza goes to Kozak, now sent into the zone by Huzza again. Far side corner, Krisen. Sends it back up to the left point. Now high slot, Huzza takes a shot. That just missed the right post. Now a backhand pass up high. Here's a shot turned away by Traore.
Traore's been sharp. He got the leg pad down on that one.
Norwich can't clear. Here's a shot deflected and another save made by Traore. Good look there for Bethel Park. But the Norwich goaltender has been standing strong. 5 for 5 in terms of saves. Now Norwich able to backhand this one out to the neutral zone. The Hawks will bring it right back in over the line.
Bethel Park trying to get some net front presence and screen the goaltender, but haven't been able to capitalize yet.
5:18 to go here in this first period. A fast-moving first period, Jeff. Not too many whistles. As Bethel Park brings it back over the line. Here's a shot. Nice release by Lucas Bombic, the sophomore, but it's stopped by Traore. Look at this deflection one more time.
Yeah, trying to get net front presence, get the six down on the ice, and redirect shots from the point. That's going to help Bethel get good quality chances.
Still 31 seconds on this power play. Bethel wins the face-off. Right point, and Norwich finds it and clears it, as that one sent the length by Benedictenko. Caden Bush, captain of this Bethel Park team, wears the C, gets it back. The senior defenseman, Bush, will dump it in. Around the boards to the far side. Now sent to the left circle. Here's a shot, and I believe Traore got a piece of that.
Yeah, off the shoulder.
Penalty is over. And Bethel Park now 0 for 2 on the power play. Look out here as a man streaking through the neutral zone. That was the guy who just came out of the box. He won't get the puck for a breakaway this time. The penalty box door is wide open right now. And the official rushing over there to close it. Here's a shot, and a save is made awkwardly by Kevin Tiemann.
Good work by the official there.
Yeah, a lot of times you'll see the official blow the play dead, but he realized the situation and didn't want to stop any possible momentum. And the puck was away from the door also.
Yeah, that's potentially a dangerous situation there.
Bethel Park will ice it. Actually, it goes right on net. Look at that. So no icing. We'll keep going here with 3:46 to go in the first period. And look out here, a turnover and sent right to the
great block.
Yeah, Benedictenko looked to have a wide open net, but a great play by the defenseman to break up that passing play. Now Bethel Park, here's a shot. That one by Stainbrook and stopped by Traore. Below the goal line, another chance, but just past the stick of Kennedy. And now look out, here comes Norwich, but a nice play made by Kellyan Jones. '20th annual Governor's Cup. At a Pennsylvania versus Connecticut matchup here. In the semifinals, Culver Academy of Indiana and South Kent Cardinals of Connecticut as well, going at it on rink 2. We'll have score updates for you as those come along. That game dropped the puck just 15 minutes after this one did.
Kellyan Jones made a terrific block on that play. That was another wide open chance. So Bethel very fortunate not to be down 3-0.
Points per period no longer relevant. Just win the game here in the semifinals. Now the Blackhawks backhand this one down low, but it's picked off by Norwich. And out comes Greener. Goes to Champagny, the leading goal scorer in the tournament. Penalty coming up as a man's taken down near side half boards. And this time Bethel Park will go to the box. It's going to be Luke Foth, and Norwich will get their turn at a power play.
Yeah, and this is a really critical time for Bethel Park. They're going to have to kill this penalty off.
There's the infraction right there. All right, so 2:04 to go here in the first period. Power play will pretty much last the entire period. First opportunity of the game for Norwich. Their power play 1 for 9. They'd like that to be a little bit better with this offense they've had throughout the tournament, averaging 5.7 goals per game. But of their 17 goals scored in 3 games, just one of them has been on the power play. 4 for 5 on the kill is Bethel Park so far at the Governor's Cup. 100 seconds to go here in the first period. Way up high. Here's a big slap shot. And that gets stopped by Tiemann. Off the stick of Hayden Greener there with that release. Now back up to the right point.
Good puck management by Norwich here.
Houle gets it back down low below the goal line. Nice pass right in front. Here's another shot. This time by Will Harayan, but held on to by Tiemann that time.
Fortunately, Tiemann centered his body to that puck, because that was a beautiful passing play.
Only the 2 chats so far. Please use our chat room. Ask us questions, comments, maybe even concerns. We're here for all of it on the South Hockey Network. Or if you have fun facts about these teams. I'm new to these teams, so I'd like to hear anything that would make our broadcast a little more interesting. 1 minute to go in the first period. This one sent up to the right point, but having to chase it back out of the zone is Hayden Greener. Intercepted by Bethel Park, and they will send this one down. Norwich does have a shorthanded goal allowed at this tournament, in case you're wondering. So how about that, Jeff? They've had 9 power play opportunities, and their goal differential on their own power plays even at 1-1.
Wow.
Right point now. Right circle, this one fired as it sizzled wide of the net. Now kept alive, left point by Greener. Sends it down low. Now to the slot. Leaks to the near side, back up high. 10 seconds to go in the period. Knocked out of the zone by Bethel Park. Look out. They're going to have a breakaway here with time running out in the period. Backhand shot scores. Lucas Bombeck. Big time goal with 1.4 seconds left in the first period. Puts the Blackhawks on the board.
Good physical play in their own zone led to a great opportunity by Bethel Park. Remained physical on the play, and the puck bounced into the open area, and Bombeck made no mistake. Terrific goal by Bethel Park. Exciting first period. Had a little of everything doing there.
How about the celebration by Bombeck as well? That's his 2nd goal of the tournament and 3rd point for the sophomore. What a moment for him. Final shots on goal after the first period, 11-9 in favor of the Blackhawks, but the Cadets lead 2-1 after 1. And you know, Jeff, it's a cliche, but those late goals in periods are such a momentum shifter. I think it's going to be a very different second period than what we saw in the first.
Yeah, and it could turn the tide for Bethel Park. They're remaining physical, got their sticks on the ice, they're blocking shots. They're doing whatever it takes to get back in this game. Norwich is a very skilled team. Great puck management down low, but Bethel Park disrupted that with a few hits, and you saw what happened on the breakaway.
Dylan Ward alongside Tournament Director Jeff Morrow. Happy to have you, Jeff, here in the broadcast booth for this morning's game and later on this afternoon. Gerard Boris, our great video producer.
Can we get a Bobby V update from Rink 2?
That's a good question. He hasn't texted me yet. We'll check on that after the second period of this game, no doubt about that.
Yeah. I think one of the things you want to watch for early in this second period is possession time in the zone. Bethel Park has gotten 11 shots because they've been able to cycle the puck. They need to use their points a little bit more. Norwich, terrific puck management, I got to tell you. I'm very impressed by their puck management. And they look for that nice backdoor opportunities and good looks from the back door all the time. Bethel seems to have caught on to that a little bit, but we'll see how this second period plays out.
Teams have switched sides. The Bethel Park Blackhawks in the black jerseys going from right to left on your screen. Norwich in the white going from left to right. Period of the long change. By the way, in case you're wondering, that goal just missed out being a shorthanded goal. The puck was put home about 2 seconds after the penalty expired, but look out, Norwich trying to answer early here in this second period. A pass down low, and they score. What a pass. Emerick Briere got it down low, and it's Sent in by the captain, Jacob D. Carufel, for his 3rd goal of the tournament.
And much to their identity, Norwich makes a nice cross-ice pass into the prime scoring area, and you know, Bethel Park goaltender had very little chance of stopping that. Beautiful play by Norwich.
All 4 goals in this game by either team have been highlight reel goals. And, you know, Jeff, that's to be expected here in the semifinals. You've got the best teams that have been competing all weekend long, deking it out to see who is the one and only best and Governor's Cup champion here in 2025.
Yeah, and coming into this game, Bethel only giving up 3 goals in the tournament. You think this would be a defensive battle, but it's turned into something a little different than that.
Now here's a shot, Bethel looking to answer, but that's kicked out of there by the pad of Traore. Now over the line comes Norwich. Left side circle sent down below the line. I think he tried it, maybe thought about it. Now De Carufel. Goes down low for Champagny. Up high right circle. Here's a shot, tough angle, but stopped by the goaltender, Tiana Michelle. Interesting fact, Norwich has played South Kent 3 times this year. A 2-1 record in favor of South Kent. If Norwich faces South Kent, it will be a great Connecticut face-off. Yes, it will.
Oh,
and what a story that would be. Keep those chats coming, people.
We're very blessed to have a lot of fine teams in this event. And this just adds to the fray having these 2.
And Jeff, this is one of, in my opinion, I think the most skilled high school hockey tournament, or one of the most skilled there is. All of these teams that you get to come out here are just world class in terms of high school hockey.
Well, Bethel Park won a national championship in 2014, and I'm not sure if Jason Bauer was on that team. Alex Blumen graduated.
Now let me ask you this question, Jeff. I see Bethel Park has won the state championship on 5 occasions, but most recently in 2005. So how does it work that they won a national in 2014 but didn't win state that year?
Well, they made it to the Penguin Cup final in the preceding years, and they got an invitation from USA Hockey.
Gotcha.
So, much like I do, you see it in the program, we have a lot of history. These programs have great history. And, you know, Norwich is a great little town in Connecticut. Bethel Park, great town in Pennsylvania. Long tradition with these kids. And a lot of alumni come back to coach. The 3 coaches for Bethel Park, assistant coaches, are all alumni, including Tyler Miller.
You love to see that. Such a great story when the coaches are alumni. They have that extra special connection with the team. There's a dangerous looking hit into the end boards.
Yeah, I think
that's going to be a penalty.
Get a boarding call.
Yeah, Kellyanne Jones looks to be laboring just a little bit. And the guilty party will be Alex Archambault.
Yeah, Colin Jones is a tough kid. He'll be able to rebound. He's tough as nails back there on defense. But I wanted to add on, Bethel Park has a fine tradition dating back to 1971 when they started in Western Pennsylvania hockey. They've won many Penguin Cup, state championships, league titles before the state championships. And a lot of super people have donned the black and orange for Bethel Park. And hopefully a lot listening today.
Well, Bethel Park looking to claw their way back. They scored a goal late in the period. They're 0 for 2 on the power play. Came into the game 2 for 7 in the tournament on the man advantage, so that's now 2 for 9.
Yeah, Bethel's going to have to take advantage of these penalties. You know, sometimes the penalties swing one way or another, but when you get the opportunity on the power play, it's important to be able to capitalize.
That puck comes outside the zone, and the Blackhawks will have to reset. 11 and a half to go here in the second. Lots of time in this one. Bombeck takes a shot looking for his second goal of the game, but that's stopped by Traore and sent out of the zone. All right there, Jeff?
Yeah. The one thing I really like about Norwich's hockey team here, I wanted to mention real quickly, we get a break.
Go ahead.
And the structure of this team, Wayne Sheehan's put in, these kids all play good positional hockey. They're fundamentally sound, have their sticks on the ice at all times, and they're looking to make plays with that puck when they get into the offensive zone. Very well coached team.
Behind the net, Lee looked to center it, but the net comes off. Excuse me, no, there's a penalty call by the referee in the neutral zone. And that stops play. I didn't see it in live time.
The ebbs and flows of penalties in these games.
That's going to go against Bethel Park.
Yeah. And he got caught with his hand in the cookie jar, as they say. Little cliche there, Dylan, for you.
Yeah, you don't mind those.
And Norwich is going to go. Now watch Norwich. Will try to set the play up from one side of the ice to the other. And they're going to spread Bethel Park out. And Bethel's got to be aggressive here to get this puck out of the zone if they don't want to go down 3 goals.
Well, we got 4-on-4 hockey right in front. Here's a backhand shot. Big save made by Tiemann as it's sent back out to the neutral zone. He'll just catch that one. And we had something happen away from the puck right near the benches. Gerard, I'm not sure if you caught that on camera or not. He shakes his head. Let's see if we can see it from the goal cam. Look very closely here. But there's going to be another penalty, this time against Norwich. It's going to be on your right side. And there it is. That's the, just punches him in the face. Yeah, that'll do it. That'll be a penalty.
Yeah, you don't want to give Bethel Park continued power plays because they're gonna capitalize sooner or later.
And Jeff, you know,
Norwich has to use good discretion and discipline here.
With the already being 4-on-4, this is an overtime style power play, 4-on-3. Some more open ice out there for Bethel Park. A huge opportunity for the Blackhawks, but a quick clear by Norwich all the way down. We're going to revert back to 4-on-4 in 15 seconds, or more like 10 seconds now. Blackhawks rush up ice. Here's the captain, Caden Bush. He's over the line, right wing side. Sent it to the left circle. Here's a shot, and they scored! A goal. Norwich believes it hit the post. The ref emphatically points to the net, and Bethel Park has scored. You can't review that, so that's a goal no matter what. And that was scored by number 28, Peter Velaceres. Let's take a look at the replay and see what we caught on camera there. I thought it hit the post initially.
Gerard will tell us.
Yeah, we've got the goal cam too, so that should give us a good look. Ooh, that. On the main cam, it's hard to tell. Here is the goal cam. This should be the smoking gun right here. Oh man, that is really hard to tell from that goal cam. Let's watch it one more time. Let's slow it down to 25%. Watch this carefully. The goalie gets a piece of it. And then, oh, Jeff, I don't think that went in the net.
Bethel gets a huge break.
Yeah.
That's a huge break.
And you know, these refs, they do their best. And again, that was a tough play to call in real time, and sometimes they make mistakes. That happens.
It's 3-2.
It's 3-2. You can't take it back. Even with the goal cams, we can't do video review. There's bylaws that prevent that, but Norwich trying to respond. This pass to the right circle, now sent back up high.
Good puck movement here by Norwich.
Amaziel.
They're getting back to their identity, and they're trying to get that 2-goal lead back.
Now to the far side corner, Amaziel gets it again. Goes down low, now to the near side. That just gets past the stick of one. They keep it in the zone though. Montpetit goes to the right circle, sent to the left circle. Montpetit.
Oh, great puck management here by Norwich. And you got a lot of tired Bethel Park players on the ice right now.
Sent back up high, still 4-on-4. Now it's going to be a short power play for Bethel Park. This one's sent to the low slot. And the Blackhawks will get it out. Here comes Bombeck, takes a shot. One wouldn't go. Saved by the goaltender, Traore. Now the Cadets the other way. A shot by Champagny is stopped by the goaltender.
Still a lot of tired Bethel players on the ice. And Norwich was able to change all 5 players.
Bethel Park finally bringing this one out of the zone. They'll chip it deep. And they'll finally get an opportunity to change at least one of the players. The 4 will stay out there. Right circle. Here's a shot. That one stopped, maybe blocked by his own teammate. In front of the net now, a backhand pass up to the slot. Collected at the right circle. Kirsten takes a shot. One wouldn't go. And it's cleared, not out of the zone. Now finally kicked out to the neutral zone. And the Blackhawks will send it back in. Halfway through regulation time, we've got a high-scoring affair here in the Governor's Cup semifinal, 3-2 in favor of the #1 seeded Norwich Free Academy Cadets. Now up high, here's a shot. That one off the end boards and hits the back of the net. Now getting it again are the Cadets. Here's another shot. Tiemann makes the save. Here's another look off the stick of Benecourt. And finally covered up by Tiemann.
Tiemann was really smart to stop that play because Norwich was buzzing. Hey, we want to do a shot out. We saw Gary Kirstein downstairs. The Denny Kirstein, longtime Bethel Park player and coach. Denny, if you're listening, we'd love to hear from you. And if you could break away from the Steeler pregame that goes on, that's another story altogether.
Hey, Jeff, you know Gerard and I are from Chicago. We've got a big Bears versus Packers game today.
Uh-oh.
And, Jeff, you want to know how crazy the NFC standings are? If the Bears win this game, they'll stay in first place in the NFC. If they lose today, they'll drop to 7th place.
That's unbelievable.
That's some Governor's Cup stuff right there.
Yeah. Maybe the NFL should look at our points per period.
Points per quarter, I like it.
Yeah, I think that'd be fun. And put you in charge of the data.
This points per period system is very unique to your tournaments, Jeff. Why don't you let me and everyone else watching know how you came up with it back 20 years ago and what you like about it that let it deserve to stay?
Well, I have to give credit to other people. There's a great sports writer in Pittsburgh. His name's Mark Madden. He ran deck hockey tournaments for years. And the Penn Hills Deck Hockey Center, which is in Penn Hills, came up with this system of points per period. And it was a fun thing we did at the time. When I started this PA Hockey Scholastic Showcase, we instituted it, and it's never failed me over 30 years. It's tremendous. And we add little pieces of the puzzle with the goals against and different stuff, but it's a lot of fun. And you see the people hovering around the scoreboard Saturday afternoon, and it makes it all worth it.
And I think a lot of people are looking at that scoreboard. When I see their faces, I see a lot of confusion, but that's what you want, right? You want things to come down to the wire, and this system is just great for that.
The best ever story is one year we had the Hunt School of Princeton, and this guy was a professor at Princeton, and he was scratching his head. And Bobby hadn't joined me yet, but I was laughing at this guy. I said, listen, if you can make money off this, please let me know. I haven't heard back from the guy. It is fun, and you've done a great job in glorifying it on these webcasts. It's fantastic.
I forget which team, but I walked up to a coach looking at the scoreboard earlier this weekend, and he looked very confused. And I said, if you're confused, don't worry, I am too. And he says, oh, believe me, I've been going to Jeff Morrow's tournaments for years, and I still get confused. All right, we got a penalty here against the Cadets as a delayed call will send a 6th attacker out there for the Blackhawks until they give up possession. A shot deflected down below the goal line. And
I'll tell you right now, there's an interesting diatribe to this game. Norwich does not like the physical play at Bethel Park, and they're retaliating. And if they keep taking penalties, Bethel's going to get power plays, and sooner or later, they're going to capitalize. So it's an interesting philosophy that Mike Shaw came up with when he called that timeout. You notice the aggressive play at Bethel Park, and hats off to Coach Shaw. And I'm sure Jason Bowers down there cooking up some offensive schemes in the power play. Let's see what happens here as the Hawks are on the power play.
Well, since the timeout was called, Jeff, you make a good point. Bethel with a 2-1 score after the timeout was called. It was 2-0 Norwich. This one cleared down. And will be left down below the goal line for Bush. Caden Bush. 4th opportunity on the power play for the Blackhawks. Excuse me, 5th technically with that short 15-second power play. It officially counts as an opportunity. So 0 for 4 on the man advantage. They're due, Jeff, as this one's knocked in down below the goal line. Sent around the boards, but not out. Bethel reworks it. Here's a shot, and they score! That one found a way past the goaltender. Off the stick of Lucas Chrisen. His 4th goal of the tournament ties the game 3-all here in the second period.
Hey, just as we discussed, Dylan, look at that, Bethel Park. And the tone of this game has changed quite a bit in the last 10 minutes as Bethel Park has fought valiantly back from a 3-1 deficit. And maybe we have some chatters out there from Bethel Park that have woken up to watch this game.
Yeah, we don't have any chats from Bethel Park fans. You're going to get a shot here in the penalty box at the reaction to the game-tying goal. And not much of a reaction there.
3-3 hockey game.
Would you like anything else here in the Governor's Cup semifinal? What looked like it's going to be a dominant performance by Norwich. They scored 2 goals in the first 5 minutes or so of this first period. Since then, the Blackhawks have responded in a big way, and they're looking to add more. Here's a shot for stepping over the blue line by Peter Velaseris. Wouldn't go. Velaseris got the goal that was awarded as a goal, but really hit the crossbar after looking at the replay. Now right in front, here's a shot. Big save made by Tiemann, and a follow-up.
Bethel's going to get the whistle for interference. Yep. Good call on the back official. I think that's Keegan Oldridge. Nice call there.
Watch it one more time. Yep. It's a pretty easy call for the official to make.
Excellent officiating all weekend here. We want to thank Keegan and Kyler Spice. We'll have a 4-man crew for the final.
Love it.
And we want to do a special shout out. I have to do this. We do the candy dish, right, Dylan?
Mm-hmm. I'm very familiar.
And our old friend Jim McVeigh didn't get any Milk Duds. If Bethel wins a game, we're going to get a box of Milk Duds for Coach McVeigh.
Special order, right?
Yeah. And
get it from the back.
Mike Shaw will be delivering those Milk Duds.
All right, Jeff. Looking forward to that. Although I don't know if Milk Duds will be great for me because I've got a broadcast here this afternoon. I don't want to get too much stuck in my teeth.
Well, we're going to get you some pasta for some energy at lunchtime.
All right, I like that. Now the Blackhawks will clear this one out.
Did you finish the beef on weck?
Oh, you know it.
Attaboy.
I had to eat the second half cold because I went back to the hotel. There was no microwave at my hotel room.
Beef on weck's good hot or cold. It doesn't matter.
I agree.
Thanks to Sam at the pub. We want to throw a shout out to Sam.
I'm sure he's watching.
Game's on at the pub today.
Did they throw it up on the TV?
Oh, absolutely.
Sweet. Shout out to you, the pub. Is it open this early? That's the question.
They're not open today.
They're not open today.
I'm kidding.
Bethel Park with a big clear here. We're down to 3.5 to go in the second period. Halfway through.
Oh, my. That could have been an interesting play there. Dylan, we're going to have some fun here.
Oh, yeah. Here's a shot. That one wide off the end board rebound. They try another shot, but a great stick there by the Blackhawks.
Great defensive work in the back door, because that could have been an easy tap in there.
Now far side corner.
This game's opened up a little bit. I mean, we've thought this is going to be a defensive game, and we have a 3-3 shootout going here late in the second period.
Jeff, I'm going to go really quickly check the score of the other game.
Uh-oh, they're leaving Gerard, this is dangerous. Dylan's left the seat, so I'm going to have to do some play-by-play here.
Nine minutes left in the second period, 0-0.
I covered you on the play-on-play for about 2 seconds.
Oh, did you?
Yeah. I got things handled.
Well, I appreciate that, Jeff.
Listen, if you can
talk about a defensive battle, that's going on ring 2 right now.
Yeah, absolutely. And Culver's a very good team, as is South Kent.
Right circle, here's a shot. Still some time on the power play for Norwich. Near side corner. And out of the box comes Bethel Park. We're back to 5-on-5. They have killed it off.
Norwich still maintaining possession of the puck, but Bethel's going to get it out.
This one sprung ahead, and here comes a breakaway for Jack Hartman. Partial breakaway. Couldn't pull it ahead of the defender after all, and never got a shot off. Down to 2 minutes remaining here before the ice cut. Back over the line. Right in on net. Here's a backhand shot. Nice left pad save. Made there by Traore. Anyone's game here. All tied up 3-3 in the second period. Now right in front.
Oh, great save.
You said it, Jeff. As this one skied out through neutral ice and all the way down.
We're seeing some entertainment here today, Dylan.
We've got a penalty called. Slashing. It was away from the puck. Not sure if we got it on camera, but
cross-check.
A cross-checking. Good call, Jeff. Let's see. It would have been. Yeah, right there. We didn't catch it on camera. Let's look at the goal cam here. Launch on the right side, right near the benches.
Yeah, Peter Belisarius got whistled. So Norwich, with a minute 22, has a chance to regain the lead. Let's see if they can do it. Their passing has been exceptional, and they try to get the puck in between the circles on the back door with their power play structure.
All right. This power play would continue into the third period if they do not score as well, Jeff. So they'll have a little time on fresh ice, and that's if they don't score in these next minute and 7 seconds. You might also call that 6-7 seconds.
Yeah.
Jeff, what are your thoughts on 6-7?
Don't have many.
Okay. This one's sent in by Norwich. Back into the neutral zone. You know what I'm talking about, though, right?
Oh, absolutely.
Okay, good. This one's lofted in by Amaziel. Cleared out by Bethel Park.
The one thing I'm watching with Bethel Park, and you want to continue to watch in this game, is they're sending a forward to stretch the ice, and they've gotten a couple breakaway chances from that, and Norwich hasn't seemed to adjust to that. It's just excellent coaching by Mike Shaw.
Comes through neutral ice, sends this one to the slot, and a miscue here. Out comes Bethel Park shorthanded. Miller. They scored in the final second of the period last time. Here's a shot, that one wide. We do have a penalty coming up. Delayed call as a man's taken down, and the buzzer sounds just before the whistle is blown. So a penalty will go against.
Norwich is going to get the penalty call.
Yep.
So it's going to negate the power play. This is a very interesting hockey game. Two completely different styles of hockey. Bethel Park using a lot of aggressive play on the puck, and stretching the ice. And Norwich with their passing structure is phenomenal. It's great. And the goaltending's been really good. Team and the Norwich goaltender played very well.
Malcolm Traore, the Norwich goaltender. Jeff, we've got a 3-3 game.
A barn burner, if you will.
You said it. Cassie, Joe, lots of time left in the game. Play smart hockey and stick to your game, Norwich. Still no Bethel Park fans in the chat to be found.
I think they're all here.
Yeah, they must be. If you're supporting the Blackhawks here today, let us know in the chat, and we'll read it out loud at the end of the intermission. We'll be back with you on the air in about 10 minutes or so right here on the South Hockey Network for the thrilling conclusion of this one. Welcome back to the South Hockey Network, everybody. Time for the third period of play. All even here at Northwest Arena in Jamestown, 3-3 in the 2025 Governor's Cup semifinal. Dylan Ward on the call alongside Jeff Morrow, tournament director, with the other headset on, and Gerard Boris, our video producer extraordinaire. Boy, Jeff, has this been an entertaining game to watch?
Yeah, very big contrast in styles between Norwich and Bethel Park. Bethel Park's played an aggressive, physical game. They've been knocking Norwich off the puck quite a bit, but they've been using the ice a little bit to stretch the ice, try to get some one-man breaks. We saw that on the breakaway goal that was not shorthanded, and then on the second goal that tied this game.
All right, so shots on goal also even at 19 apiece. We're ready for the third period.
Big power play here for Norwich.
Well, remember, it starts 4-on-4.
Yeah.
And then they'll have a power play afterwards. Goes to the far side. Here's a shot, fresh sheet of ice. Here's a nice glove save right off the bat made by Kevin Tiemann. Just 12 seconds into the third.
Yeah, Tiemann settled in a little bit. He had a little bit of a shaky start, but he's done a nice job recovering.
Right circle face-off, taken by Bethel Park, near side. One of these teams will face off against South Kent or Culver. That game still 0-0 nearing the end of the second period over on rink 2. Back up to the left point. This one sent across to the right side circle. Now down below the goal line. Norwich sends it right in front. Here's a shot. Big
nice
save. Yep, made by Tiemann. And now sent back the other way. No icing, of course, as they are now shorthanded. Now Bethel Park pressuring, looking to make something happen shorthanded, but it is regained by Norwich as this one's skied in the air and bounces in the neutral zone. Bethel Park will regain the puck. Still shorthanded, or pardon me, Bethel Park on the power play. So this one's fired in. And actually, now that I realize they're on the power play, I'm not sure why that wasn't called icing.
Yeah,
far side corner. Goes to the left circle. This one dropped off for Velaceris. Takes a shot. That one wouldn't go. Now right point. Luke Foth couldn't get it down deep, and here comes Champagny. A nice stick, though, by Caden Bush coming in defensively. Great work there by the Bethel Park captain. Now the Blackhawks. 20 seconds left on their power play. A battle for the puck down below the goal line to our left. Bethel Park in the black, Norwich in the white. This long stretch pass missed a man, would have been a breakaway, but got tipped by Norwich, so that's not nicing. And now Norwich can't clear the zone. Here's Bombic taking a shot, and that one is stopped and held on to by Kedvez, who has replaced Trior in net. So Zoltan Kedvez comes in relief. Interesting choice there by Norwich Free.
Yeah, that's interesting. I don't know the half of it, but interesting choice.
Face-off taken by the Cadets. Power play for Bethel Park is over. So they are now 1 for 6 on the power play. They've had ample opportunities here. They had 7 power play opportunities in their first 3 games. They've had 6 so far in this one. Puck high in the air and glove down, sent in. Norwich grabs it back. Missed a man with the pass. That'll be an icing. Stopping the clock with 12:31 to go here in the third.
Yeah, and you're not seeing Bethel Park back down from the physical play. They continue the physical play. It's clean. It's good hitting. And it's knocking Norwich off their play. Maybe it's distracted them a little bit from their offensive game.
Right wing circle face off. Blackhawks attacking zone. It's won by Norwich. Sent out to the neutral zone and grabbed and sent right back in by the Blackhawks. Right on net, and Gavez makes the stop from neutral ice. Now to the far side. Greener shoved out to the neutral zone. Blackhawks get it back as Kirstein, I should say.
You got it.
Yeah, you mentioned one of the family members, so I've got that pronunciation right from you, Jeff. Now top of the left circle. Here's a shot. Big save in and out of the glove of Tiemann. And the other way come the Hawks. Intercepted by Norwich, and a man taken down. They'll get Bethel for a penalty there. Delayed call. Norwich still with possession of the puck, and they get a 6 attacker out. Sent to the low slot and finally touched up by the Blackhawks. And Norwich going to the power play here.
Well, Tiemann made a real nice save there. He's playing big and tall in the net. He's getting his feet out of the paint a little bit. So Norwich has really got to work on creating quality scoring opportunities and catching Tiemann off guard. And he's played a fine game here this afternoon.
Big power play for Norwich.
Morning.
Yeah, this right. I always mix those up when we have morning games. It's not even 10 o'clock. Here's a shot, that one high of the crossbar. Now back up to the right point. Tap down to the circle. This one goes below the goal line. One man loses his stick for Norwich. He recollects it. Now back up high once again, down to the circle. Here's Dempsey. Goes to the right side circle for Matthias Huhl. Back up high, slot. Here's a shot, big time block. And able to fork that one out of the zone is Luke Foth, and he rushes up ice down the left wing side, being defended heavily by Amazael.
Terrific work there by Bethel Park.
As now Norwich comes through the neutral zone. Over the line, this one's left for Ryan. Goes down to Amazael. Takes a shot, that one deflects. Wide and back up high to the left point. Now backhand pass down to the right circle, didn't connect. And the Blackhawks try and kill more time on this penalty kill. We're still a ways away, Jeff, but in case we need it, overtime will be 2 10-minute periods of 5-on-5 with no game-winning goal. Then it'll go to a 5-man shootout to determine who makes the semifinals. This one sent down to the near side corner, back up high. Here's a shot right into the glove of Tiemann, and he hangs on. The senior netminder has had some nice stops here.
Yeah, he's really settled into a pretty nice game here, Dylan. He's fixing his pad here.
10 minutes flat here in the third period, still all knotted up at 3 apiece. Kevin Tiemann making sure all the equipment is nice and secure. And how convenient for Bethel Park. Gives their players more time to rest on the penalty kill unit.
Yeah, little gamesmanship going on here, Dylan. The Tiemann's real smart. His defense may have been running around a little bit, so he's going to settle things down by adjusting his equipment. Pretty smart play by a smart player.
Jeff, you're a former goaltender. Do you ever pull off one of those moves?
I had enough trouble getting the equipment on.
Yeah, you didn't want to take it off once you got it on, right?
I played against some old Bethel Park guys in the day. They were tough to play against.
A couple shutouts for you. Right. Nice backhand pass. Norwich sends this one through. Taken back by the Hawks and cleared out to the neutral zone.
Good defensive play there by Norwich.
Greiner brings it in, looked to center that one, but it's sticked away by the Blackhawks, and out they come through the neutral zone. Putting on the brakes and coming over the line onside, Lucas Bombic. Now back up to the right circle. This one fired off the stick of Luke Foth and stopped by Kedves. And Tiana Michelle Zoli, the goalie. Great job the first 2 periods. Malcolm Trior stopped 16 shots on 19 faced. And really more like 16 on 18 shots faced.
Yeah, we won't go there.
Yeah. If you've been watching this whole game, you know what we're talking about.
All right. But it's 3-3.
3-3. Nothing can change about that. Jeff, we have the goalie cams. Maybe a coach's challenge for the championship game.
Oh, boy. We have to get the goaltender cams in rink 2, and then we can discuss that.
Yeah, well, maybe for the championship game only.
Oh, boy. We have 4 officials. They don't want me or you out there.
Yeah. Drop of the puck, right face-off circle. Bethel attacking zone. It's taken by Norwich. Right circle and played out to the neutral zone.
Good back check by Bethel.
Now here's a shot. That one blocked by Hayden
There's
Bush.
a cross check.
Yep. Was just getting to that, Jeff. With 8:41 to go, another power play awaits the Cadets.
Pretty undisciplined penalty for Bethel Park. You don't usually see that. Norwich needs to take advantage of this. They have not done much in the power play department in the second period. Maybe in the first period a little better, but Bethel's adjusted nicely defensively.
One stat that stood out to me, Jeff, when you talk about the third period, Norwich with a 7-0 goal differential in the third period of play this tournament. Bethel Park a 4-0 goal differential. So neither of these teams has been scored against in period number 3 in this entire tournament.
Wow.
Here's a shot from up high. That one goes wide and back up high left point. Bethel looks to clear. They cannot get it out. Here's Greener. Goes to the left circle now. A shot. Hits the side of the net. Outside of the post there. You could hear the sound effect coming from the iron.
The penalty kill for Bethel Park. They've gone to a diamond set. It's pretty interesting to cover the cross-ice passing of Norwich. Good adjustment there by Mike Shaw.
Now through the neutral zone comes Norwich down the right wing side. This one centered. Here's a shot. That one hit the post. And a good call made by the official that time. Now out to neutral ice. Montpetit comes over the line. Left wing side. It pops back up high. Here's a shot. Glove save made by Tiemann. And he'll cover up that rebound.
Well, Bethel Park was looking for an interference call. I disagree with Bethel Park on that. The kid from Norwich shielded the puck with his body and did a nice job getting the puck in the zone. So I think power plays are going to be very important here if someone gets one.
Right off the corner. I mean, you talk about did that hit the post or the crossbar? I think it hit both. It's about as square into the corner of the iron as you can get as we get a whistle here for offside.
Yeah, and Tiemann was playing big. Pretty nice shot and didn't find the twine.
So 7:24 to go. We're past the halfway mark of period number 3. As this faceoff is brought in by Norwich. Near side now down to the corner. Bethel Park will send this one the length. Norwich goaltender Kedves, not Kedevs, Kedves will leave it. Now D. Carufel sends it to the far side and brought in by Champagny. Right point, he'll fire it down. Still some time on this Cadets power play. Left circle. Now back up high. Amaziel. Goaltender to our right, tapping his stick to indicate that the power play is expiring. Down to the corner once again, intercepted by Bethel Park. They'll play it off the glass. And it just misses the net. And it will be an icing. 6.5 to go here in the third. Still 3-3, same score as it was after 2. Two 10-minute periods of overtime, 5-on-5 if necessary, followed by a 5-round shootout. Just to remind you all, the OT format here for the final playoff portion of the Governor's Cup. Played out to the neutral zone, just barely gets across the blue line. Picked back up by Norwich. Tanko. Up ice, a man's taken down. Could have been a penalty, but does not get called. So they look to backhand this one in. They'll call it offside as, Jeff, we are sub 6 minutes here in a tie game.
One of the most memorable overtime shootouts that I can ever remember was New Trier versus North Broward Prep in the second year of the tournament. And I'll expand upon it in a minute. I'll let you get back to play-by-play.
You can go ahead, Jeff.
So Bobby Melton's coaching New Trier. They were up 3-0. North Broward Prep comes back and ties the game at 3, goes to overtime, goes to the shootout. Bob Melton's senior goaltender, he pulls for an all-state 9th grader named Gregory Ogard. They lose the shootout, and the New Trier people wouldn't let Bob Melton on the plane on the way back to Chicago. It was tremendous. Niagara Reedfield went on to win the championship that year in the second year.
And that was here at the Governor's Cup?
Yes, sir.
And that game was what, semifinals?
Semifinal.
Or championship. Was that here on rink 1? Remember?
Rink 2, actually.
Rink
that
2.
game.
This one's turned aside by the goaltender Tiemann as it's played out to the neutral zone. Where's the puck? It just goes out of play. We have a chat here from Stacy Dempsey, Norwich Hockey Club. Fact, this is only the 4th year of the program. We've been to nationals the past 2 years, and in the 23-24 season, we won the United Tier 1 Hockey League. Oh, I didn't know that, Jeff. 4th year of existence for Norwich Hockey Club.
Awesome, awesome. And Wayne Sheehan has done a great job. The structure of this program is just fantastic.
So
Love it.
I've been coming to the Governor's Cup longer than Norwich has been a team.
That's scary. Gerard, help us. Okay, let's get back to the play.
All right, Norwich win the face-off in the attacking zone. Here's a shot that takes a deflection off a stick and goes to the far side corner. Laid up to the right circle. Below the line once again, sent right in front. Here's a shot, and it leaks through! The Cadets take the lead with 5:15 to go in the third period. Looked like the goaltender had it, but it just had enough mustard. Connor Dempsey delivers, and it's 4-3.
Well, great play by Norwich. What they did was they moved the puck to the middle of the ice, and Dempsey was right there. Tiemann got his stick on it, and it trickled through, unfortunately, for Bethel Park. But great goal by Norwich. Great setup in the center of the ice, and more to their identity, they made a beautiful play to take the lead in this game.
Oh, man, Tiemann thought he had it. That close. And the first goal Bethel Park has allowed this entire tournament in period number 3.
We're down to 5, Dylan.
Crunch time coming up. Big hit into the bench area.
Literally crunch time there.
And now we're going to get the play whistle dead.
A couple players were stuck to each other. I think that was a Nestle's crunch.
We'll see if there's any penalties. It doesn't look like it.
Nah, I just think they got tangled up. The official saw them being tangled up and made a wise choice to blow the whistle.
Now, Stacy Dempsey, I have to assume is related to Connor Dempsey, who just scored the go-ahead goal. Tell you what, Stacy, your comment in the chat room might have been good luck for your Norwich Cadets.
The timing couldn't have been better.
Now cleared out to the neutral zone. And the entire script changes now, Jeff. It was a tied game. We were anticipating potential overtime. Here's a breakaway as it's collected at the blue line. A shot by Emmerich Briere looking to beat the 5-hole of Tiemann. He could not. And
great
Tiemann
save.
Keeps it a 1-goal game. Now right in front. Puck sitting
Another
there in the blue
save.
paint. Is stopped by Tiemann. Now backhanded to the slot. Norwich picks it up, right circle. Here's a shot, glove save made by Tiemann, and he'll hang on. Clock stops with just under 4 minutes to go.
Norwich has not let the foot off the gas in this last couple of minutes here. They are pressing to get that extra goal. They want to get a spot in the finals here.
Jeff, how many years has Norwich been coming to the Governor's Cup?
So this is their first year.
First year, there you go. Well, what a debut it's been for them. Earned the #1 seed, the home bench on rink 1 here in the semifinals. And are 3 minutes 50 seconds away from a championship appearance if they can hang on. Bethel Park has been resilient though, clawed their way back. The Blackhawks have not led at any point here this morning.
Or sometime.
Now that puck rides along the lip of the glass, and now it's brought back out. This might be a 2-on-1 here. Tanko sent it to the far side looking for a tip-in by Daniel Molnar, but he wasn't able to connect. Now down to 3:20 to go here in the third. Tanko, oh man, lost his stick. That was Molnar. He goes palms up. Goes away from the puck, and look out, Tiemann. Close call there. And out to neutral ice it goes. 3 minutes remaining here in the third. Jeff, if you're Bethel Park, based on what you've been seeing today, at what point do you pull the goaltender if you do have that offensive zone possession?
Well, you have to get control of the puck and manage the puck in the zone.
Here's a shot. Nice glove save. Very low key by Cadets. And then a couple extra stuff after the whistle.
Good job by the official. He's not going to call any unnecessary calls at this point. So no begging. Get out there and play to the final whistle. We got 2:45 to go. Bring it home for us, Dylan.
All right, goalie stays in his net for now. He's waiting at the hash marks for his team to get possession for Bethel Park. This one will be cleared out to the neutral zone, and Norwich regains it in their own end. Out to the neutral zone. Harayan dumps it in with the backhand. Picked up by Kierstein.
Interesting observation. Norwich has given Bethel a little of their own medicine with stretching the ice. I thought it interesting. Great job by Wayne Sheehan there.
Now over the line are the Cadets. Here's a shot. That one sizzles past the net. Haven't had an opportunity to get the goaltender to the bench yet. 2 minutes remaining here in regulation time. 4-3 in favor of Norwich. Now Bethel brings it back the other way. Goalie staying put for now. Here's a shot. That one's into the glove of Cadets. And that stops play with 1:55 to go.
Smart play by Blomich. We're a little tired on the shift. Get a face-off in the offensive zone. Pretty heads-up play there by number 8.
And you can see the goaltender Tiemann is waiting between the hash marks.
No timeouts for Bethel Park.
That's a really good point, Jeff. They used it 5 minutes into the game after going down 2-0. You got to think if the Blackhawks win this faceoff, Tiemann's going to sprint. And they do. And this shot is blocked. He hasn't left yet. He retreats back to his net as this puck played out to neutral ice. Dumped back in by the Blackhawks, and now Tiemann gets the signal from his coach, and he makes the sprint. Bethel Park will get the 6th attacker out there. Here's a shot absorbed by the defenseman, and now Norwich gets it free. Off the far boards and out. Dumped right back in by the Blackhawks, and the Cadets try for a long one. And the play is blown dead. High stick, huh?
Yep.
Good call there by you, Jeff.
Bethel
face-off will be in neutral ice.
Yeah, Bethel needs to get the puck in the zone, and they need to get net front presence, get that puck circulating to the points.
They're going to keep 6 attackers out with the neutral zone draw in their attacking half. Won by Bethel Park. This one mishandled by the captain, Caden Bush. He'll chase it down to the near side corner. Now right in front, regained by the Blackhawks. Here's a long stretch pass looking for Tyler Miller, but couldn't find him cleanly. Now they try and clear again, but it's blocked. And Norwich races to the puck. They'll get there first. 1 minute remaining here in regulation. Kept alive, right point. Here's a shot. That one blocked by Champagny. Big play by him. Now near side. Norwich keeps pressure on. The moment of truth here in Jamestown. Knocked the other way and blocked. That might have been going in the net had Owen Reether not gotten in the way. All right, you got 30 seconds here. Here comes Bush. He'll knock it in. Below the goal line, Kedvez. He'll bring it around the boards, can't clear it out. Now Kedvez out of position, and lucky for the Cadets that he's able to get back. Now this one up to the left point. 15 to go. Bush takes a shot. That one trickles to the blue paint, and the puck was loose, and a penalty is called. And these boys going after each other after the whistle.
Big scrum down front, but inadvertent play there where the defenseman knocked his goaltender over behind, and then we had a wide open cage there for a few seconds.
Yeah, I want to look at this camera angle of that. So who is the penalty against?
They're going to take both, I think.
Frustrated with the call is Bethel Park's Jack Hartman, who slams the stick on the boards.
Now, face-off is going to come to the right of the goaltender. And
so now Norwich has used their timeout. Or maybe not.
No, they're waving Bethel off. No timeout remaining for Bethel Park. They
called a timeout already?
And Wayne Sheehan's not going to call a timeout, which I think is a great move.
All right, 11 seconds. Here is the moment of truth, Jeff.
Bring us home, Dylan.
Face-off will be taken by Keelan Jones of Bethel Park against Matthias Huell. Jones got an extra step there. And now he will be kicked out of the dot, so their center unable to take that face-off, so the extra attacker, Luke Foth, will come in. No, instead it's going to be Tyler Miller to take the face-off. He tries a shot off the draw. That one stopped behind the net, pinned up against the boards. 5 seconds to go. Mad scramble up on the end boards, and the play is whistled dead with 1.3 seconds, and now we've got helmets off. And these boys are fired up.
Nice job by the officiating to break that up.
Oh, and they're not done yet. So a penalty against Bethel Park. We'll see if that's all. 1.3 is on the clock right now. There's going to be another one against Bethel. Now the question is, Jeff, where is this face-off going to be with 1.3 seconds left?
Well, it's going to be to the right of the goaltender. One of the Norwich players is shaking up. He's going to get up and under his own power. You don't want to see those big scrums. Somebody lands on somebody awkwardly, you get injuries.
Yeah, that's Matthias Huell, one of their big threats. 4 goals at this tournament for Huell. And he is really laboring to get off.
What an effort by both teams. I mean, terrific game here. And a great goal to go ahead by Norwich.
So now the referees discuss.
I think it'll be even. Bethel may lose a guy here. I'm not certain.
And the crowd anxiously waits to figure out where this face-off will be.
It'll be in the zone.
Oh, look at that. As the player who was leaving the ice from the injury just came in neutral ice and cross-checked the guy. Watch this again. We didn't catch it on any of our main cameras, but look at the goal camera. It's going to be on your left side, 22. That's him. He comes back on the ice, and boom. While all of this is going on, that's not cool.
Yeah. You hate to see that. This has been such a hard-fought game. Both teams have played well. And a terrific goal to go ahead by Norwich. They've earned every inch today.
So now a couple Bethel Park players are being thrown out with the 1.3 seconds. We have a lengthy delay here. We have a couple chats. Tiana Michelle responds, what's the update on the South Kent Cardinals game? 2-1, I'm not sure who is winning though. Home team is South Kent, Tiana, so not sure if that helps you at all. We'll check on the score too as soon as this game's done. Okay, Jeff. Left circle face-off. This is it.
You got to line everybody up on the right-hand side.
Oh no, they're going to bring the face-off down to the other side.
Yeah.
Well, that's going to send Norwich to the semifinals.
Well, and the reason being is because of the offensive zone defenseman up in the play, number 1, and number 2, you had a penalty call. good work by the officiating crew. It's the right call.
So Norwich Free, in their first year of participation at the Governor's Cup, is headed to the semifinals as they take down the Hawks 4-3. Late game-winning goal in the third period by Connor Dempsey, and that proved to be the difference here at Northwest Arena. The Norwich Cadets improved to a perfect record of 4-0 here at this Governor's Cup.
Terrific hockey game. Bethel Park, no shame in their effort today. Great job by Mike Shaw. They were down 2-0, fought back valiantly, and Norwich just had a little bit too much offense for Bethel Park.
All right, so Jeff, that secures a spot in the semifinals for the Cadets. And if you give me one moment, I'll go check on the score.
Great job by Bethel Park today. Norwich is Wayne Sheehan, terrific job, and played to their identity. And they will go on to meet the winner of the Culver-South Kent game in the finals.
We've got an exciting finish over there. South Kent is winning 2-1 with 2 minutes remaining in the third period.
So we're going to go catch that one, and we're going to be back here at 1 o'clock.
Yes, we are, and these players still barking at each other here.
Yeah.
And each coaching staff is telling their players to just go.
Yeah. Don't want an incident after a great game like that.
So Norwich Academy books their spot at 1 p.m. Eastern today in the championship game. We'll have that game right here for you on the South Hockey Network. Don't miss it. And make sure you subscribe. We'd really appreciate it and like this broadcast. So for Jeff Morrow and Gerard Boris, this is Dylan Ward saying one more time the final. Norwich Free Academy 4 and the Bethel Park Blackhawks 3. We'll see you at 1 p.m. for the championship.